of split apart there.
Can you not attract assistance in this?
I have.
And?
Oh, well, the countries I've gone to, the assistants have been real different from the way I would want my children to be taken care of.
Can you not attract an assistant to go with you?
Well, how would they get paid, and how would I then make enough money to really make it worthwhile? I wouldn't make as much money.
My. So you mean that instead of making $1 million, you would only make $900,999?
I don't make that much money.
Would you like to?
Well, I'd like to be able to support my family.
I see. Then why not include the assistant as a part of your family, and you will automatically attract situations that will allow you to make enough money so that you will be able to pay whatever you need to pay and still feel like you have enough for yourself?
You mean have my whole family go with me?
Sure, why not?
And then have the whole family be the experience?
Yes. And know and trust that if you define the whole idea in the proper way, according to what you have attracted as an assistant and as your family to be with you, that you will then attract yourself into situations that will provide you with the sufficient degree of abundance to support all of you. Well?
Well, then the faith and the trust, I guess.
Oh yes, the faith and the trust, I guess.
To be able to
Yes.
have
But you already have faith and you already have trust. It's just a matter of what you put your faith and trust in.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you choose to continue to put your faith and trust in a reality that you don't prefer,
Right.
then of course you will continue to get that, as you know.
Right.
But if you redefine and explore the possibility of defining your reality in the way we have just described, or some way similar to that, you will get the reality that will support the definition you are putting out. You're not putting out that definition, so how can your reality support you? How can you expect it to? You're not putting out that vibration. But if you believe that what you need is some sort of a traveling nanny, for lack of a better term, that you feel comfortable with, that has a good rapport and a vibrational connection to your children and you, then you can attract such. And in so attracting, you will recognize that it is somebody who will be a part of your family, and you can travel as a unit in that sense. And then everyone will be happy getting everything that they need. Possible?
Yeah, so traveling doesn't have to mean breaking up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, remember, your reality is as you define it. There is one definition that says traveling causes stress and breakups in families. That's one reality. There is another reality that says we can all travel together happily and abundantly. Which do you prefer? Well, don't say well, because obviously you haven't chosen the second one yet.
No, I haven't.
All right then, which do you prefer?
Well, the one where we're all happy and abundant.
Do you believe that's just as possible as the other one, where there is stress and tension and breakups?
Well, I guess what I've experienced in the past is the stress and tension.
Yes,
and breakups.
but do you believe that the other one is just as possible?
I guess I could imagine it. I have never experienced it.
Yes, but do you believe it's just as possible?
Maybe.
You have said no 2 times. Are you going to say no 3
Well, I
times?
was going to say maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure if it can be.
You have
for
said
me.
no 3 times. Do you believe it's possible?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Do you believe it's possible?
Possible.
Yes.
Possible.
Am I taxing you? Do you believe it's possible?
Possible.
Yes?
Yes, possible.
Yes, possible. I didn't ask you to tell me it might be probable. I asked you if it was possible. Look how much trouble you had admitting it was possible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an indication of why you're not getting that reality.
Is it worth working towards for me? I mean,
Working towards? You don't have to work towards it. You just have to be it. Is it worth it? How can you say that when you know that the definition of that reality will bring you everything you say you want? Isn't that worth it? Yeah. You're still not sure. I know. You don't believe it. You don't believe it. Because your society has drummed it into you that your past experience is more valid than anything you could imagine. May I remind you of something?
please.
Oh, thank you. to force it on you. Will you play along with me? Will you repeat after me?
Okay.
Loudly,
Okay.
boldly, like an artist?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing!
Nothing.
No, no, no. Nothing!
Nothing.
That'll do. Nothing
Nothing
is too good to be true.
is too good to be true.
Your laughter is the first yes I've gotten from you. Your life really can work that way. I guarantee it 100% if you let it. If you let it. If you let it. You don't have to make it. You don't have to work towards it. If you just let it, it will. The only thing you need to do to let it work that way is to create the template, the definition, through which it can come. And it will take the shape of the template you create. Life doesn't do anything else but echo what you put out. So put out the definition you prefer. That's what you'll get. You understand?
When you say template, do you mean like image or
Belief.
belief?
Yes. Definition. Definition is the template. You understand?
Say it again.
Definition is the template. How you define your life. How you define what is probable for you. How you define what you prefer in life creates the template through which then your life manifests. The template is you because your life manifests through you. Life does not happen to you, it happens through you. You understand?
Yeah.
Life does not happen to you because life is not outside. Life happens through you. Everything you experience out there is being created in here. This is an echo of this. A reflection to show you that if what you see is something you don't prefer, it's because you have a belief you don't need. Change it. Transform it. This will change. If you wish to see anything in your world change, change yourself. And you will. You are the template. What you say goes. Why? Because you say so. You don't need another reason. So advertise for your nanny. All right?
Yeah.
If that's what you want. Sit down with yourself and take the time to define the reality you prefer. And then know that that is simply how you need to act. See the vision of yourself doing it successfully. See your children being taken care of by you, by whoever else is assisting you, if that is necessary in the definition. See it going successfully. See yourself having the time you need to focus on what you need to focus on and performing successfully while your children are happy, while everyone is happy, while everything is going smashingly, and while you are raking in the dough. See it, feel it, and act like the you in that vision, and you will get the reality. But if you see yourself doing this, and you're still acting like this, you won't get it, because you will be contradicting your vision. The action must follow the feeling and the picture. You must be harmonized, synchronized with yourself in those three areas. See it, feel it, be it. Understood?
Yeah.
Does that help you?
It does. How does that then apply to the global reality that we all see around us?
Each of you as individuals has the opportunity to live your life to the fullest, to do the thing that excites you the most by defining your reality in the way you prefer it to be. As each of you lives up to the full potential of your individuality, you fill yourself to your edges. And as you fill yourself to your edges, you touch each other and become one. You understand?
Yes.
Thank you. You do not intermesh properly when you are not the fullest individual you can be. The gears, the teeth, don't interlock. So, be a big gear, not a tiny gear. All right?
Yeah.
And turn and spin to your heart's delight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sherry!
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. My 18-year-old daughter is very, very heavy, and she's so heavy that I feel great concern for her physical health and for her physical mobility and for her social mobility as a result of the weight that she carries on her body. And my question to you is, how, as a parent, do I find the intersection between accepting her totally and loving her totally without perpetuating or enabling a condition that I feel and believe is dangerous and damaging to her?
And you are already in the understanding that this is not in your terms of physiological effect?
How do you mean?
Medical.
Medical. Well, we have, doctors have said from the time she was very young that apparently she has some sort of genetic coding in which she very efficiently metabolizes everything she eats. And, but they say diet works on the short term. We've been through everything.
What you are saying then is there is no medical reason for the condition.
Well, not a specific one that we have discovered through a physician.
What you have said is that if she metabolizes efficiently, then technically speaking, the weight should not be there.
No, well, according to the physicians, it's that every calorie she consumes, her body stores or uses, whereas many people don't efficiently utilize all of their caloric intake. So there seems to be a difference between her utilization of calories and those of many people.
All right. Now we understand your terminology. One moment. What does the child enjoy doing in life?
Well, actually, she would be great in a harem, nibbling on Turkish delights. She's not much interested in the outdoors. She loves shopping, artwork, creative pursuits. Well, she enjoys sewing and designing costumes and clothing. She likes visiting with her friends. She's a very social person and has a very, very strong persona. Her weight has certainly not kept her from being very active socially as far as out there in the world and magnetic as a human being.
In your terminology of measurement, what do you feel is the amount by which she exceeds her comfortable weight?
At least 50 pounds, at least.
How does she carry this weight?
She has a very regal and imperious stature. She has large bones, but there is so much flesh that she carries. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. She attracts people with her beauty, yet there is much, much excessive tissue on her body that really concerns me. It really gives me pain.
Does it give her pain?
I know that she would like to be much thinner, yes. She loves clothes. She would like to be, and she's tried through one program after another, and then none of them work on a long-term basis for her. But
is there some particular location she would like to go to on your planet?
Well, Paris, Los Angeles. She's attracted to those areas.
France first. When can she go?
We hope next year. She's doing very well in school as far as scholastic honors, and I hope that she will be able to do a junior year abroad in her college next year. So.
This in and of itself will be of some assistance, this traveling. There will be reconnections to memories in that place that will allow her to process her imperial stature. And in processing her imperial stature, she will understand how to fit that much power into her present life without representing it in terms of mass. This is a strong one, a very strong one. This is a ruler. This is used to ruling.
Yes, you can hear her say, "Off with his head, he displeases me."
Yes. What she is doing is giving herself a buffer to some degree in the following way. One, it is representative of the amount of power, the amount of energy she knows herself to have, and yet in this life is not being expressed fully in the way it was expressed in other lives, especially in France. Thus, she contains her entire entourage with her. But she will learn how to adjust the idea of the flow of power in a new way that will allow her to streamline her understanding of how power can flow through an individual rather than an individual representing power by surrounding themselves with it. This is what she needs to learn. One moment. Is she musically inclined?
She has an idea that she would like to be a drummer, but her voice will break glasses. No, she has an idea of being a drummer, but she's never done it. She's never pursued it.
One moment. She is a fascinating study. One moment. The musical outlet would be of assistance. It will teach her how to channel energy. And in that channeling, she will allow some of what she retains as mass to be converted back into energy and to flow. The vigorousness of what she has chosen is to some degree an indication of her strong desire to do this and her impatience with this on some level. Because she wishes to feel that she is back in touch with her natural center of power and is to some degree frustrated by not understanding why she doesn't fit. Or I'll put it this way, because this is really how she sees it. She doesn't understand why the reality of the present day doesn't fit her.
Yes. That's quite true.
She must learn to rechannel the concept of the imperial energy into something of a different nature. Going to France will assist in this. By the time she is 21, much of this could already be alleviated. You understand?
Yes, even though she's carried this since she was...
It does not matter. It is the timing of what is going on that we are describing now, and that journey that will put her in touch with certain ideas and people that will assist her in other ways. We would simply recommend and suggest that if she is approached by individuals in that country who are attempting to help her reduce the weight through some sort of technique specifically for that purpose, that she avoid them. When she encounters individuals who will simply interact with her and share with her their fire of creativity and their passion for life, she will begin to learn how to channel her energy in ways that will allow her to feel that she still is acting on a royal level without having to have the idea of the royal entourage or the royal scenario, politically speaking, in order for her to feel that energy.
And,
yes?
Well, I find that I, as a parent, have great passions and interests which actually she doesn't share. I love the outdoors. I love to be active in sports and so forth. And we've lived in many places in the world together.
Yes.
And it seems that I, as an individual, am not successful in sharing my own childish enthusiasm. Her, she seems much older than I in that sense.
Well, in a sense, to some degree she is, but also we are seeing a little bit of, well, no offense, pompousness here.
Yes.
Because again, she is used to ruling and is offended by the idea of having to indulge in common practices.
Yes.
The taking up of the drums is, in a way, though it will be constructive for her, her form of throwing a royal tantrum that is acceptable. She also does really need to find her own way to beat her own drum.
And I, as a parent, cannot give that to her.
Oh no, and you don't have to.
But back to originally that the juncture between accepting and enabling. I do not have to feel that I am enabling her perpetuation of her condition by accepting how she chooses to live and her choices. Is that?
No, not really. But you could, if you wish, if she is open to it, discuss what we have just said.
Yes.
Now, we would recommend one possible outlet that also may help her focus. She may or may not choose to find this enjoyable, but it is a possibility. We are sensing that there may be an open door within the area called archery. This may be a royal enough sport for Her Highness.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and give our regards to Her Majesty. Shannon.
Hi, sir.
And to you, good day.
For quite some time I've been feeling like I am half remembering, half forgetting memories that are stored in my cells. It feels like libraries or records.
Yes.
It feels like a very ancient lineage.
Yes, you are connected to some degree to an Atlantean thing here. Also Lemurian. But there are other ramifications and other connections. Do continue.
Okay, it feels feminine to me. It feels like I'm trying some way to connect with those memories, with that lineage, and to bring it forth. And in this personal records search, it also feels like I'm connecting with records stored in the earth consciousness.
Yes.
And they're trying to link up and come through somehow. And I don't quite know how to facilitate that coming out.
Has your imagination provided any manifestation or indication of what direction this idea of information release could go in?
Yeah, with writing it does, and with sound.
Yes. Have you begun to write?
I write in a journal, and I'm feeling very strongly like I'm supposed to start writing through a computer or some way to just get the thoughts out.
Yes.
But they're not really my thoughts. Some of them are.
Oh,
my
yes,
thoughts,
they
some
are.
not. Okay.
Even if they are not, they are. For now.
Okay.
One moment. What kind of a book would you like to write?
I would like to write a book somehow in. It feels like bringing the lineage up into the new dimension that we're working into, and it feels very feminine to me. It feels like I'm somehow to work with women.
Yes, the horns of the moon, yes.
And the feminine energy, and bringing in the feminine to the new world coming in.
Bringing in the balance. It must be balanced. But yes, dealing with the idea to some degree of the rising or raising of the feminine vibration so that it can be balanced within each and every individual, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
One moment. What does your journal consist of? What kind of information?
It's changed in the last Well, absolutely, since April, it's changed from personal feelings to what is being generated in the networking that I'm doing with other women, as far as like remembering clan energy, remembering
Yes.
lineage, bringing back old teachings. It's
Yes.
like linking up with each other again. We're finding each other again on the planet.
Yes.
And
Can you allow your imagination to assist you in beginning to reconstruct these ideas into the form of a book?
yeah. That's what I feel like is trying to be born right now.
Yes, well then begin to act in that direction, and some of it will fall into place automatically, showing you the structure as you go.
Okay. Is that the best way for me right now to access the records then, or?
It is one of the best ways, yes.
Okay.
One moment. Eventually you may wish to explore and experiment with a few other trigger mechanisms. Sound is one of them, as connected perhaps to crystals, or as connected perhaps to the idea of divination.
Could you say more about that, please?
Tarot,
Okay, I use that.
oracular divination, in pools of water,
Okay.
bowls of water. Reading of the herbs, reading herbs, herb reading, not herbology, herb reading. There is a whole other level to the understanding of the symbology of herbs, and you can read them in a similar fashion to the tarot, if you will learn how to revive that art. One moment. There will be other kinds of experiential journeys that you can undertake, but for now, these will be the best methodologies available to you in this moment.
Okay.
Does that assist you?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening.
And greetings to you.
I don't have a question,
That's all right, you can make a statement.
and what I want to do is express some gratitude for the energy that you shared the last time I was here. That was definitely life-altering for me, and I'm just experiencing an attitude of gratitude, I guess.
An attitude of gratitude. We thank you for your expression. We are most grateful to be allowed to interact with any and all of you. I cannot even begin to tell you what kind of impact you have on our and other societies. Remember, a lot of what is going on your planet will affect much more than you know.
Thank you. Good night.
Good day.
And Bashar,
And to you, good day.
I'm not sure if it's a question or just something I would like to say or ask you to speak about.
All right.
It's the paradox or the interweaving or the overlapping of the old world and the new world
Yes.
at this time
Yes.
that we're experiencing.
Yes.
Because in many ways the old is done,
Yes. Yet it still exists.
and yet it still exists.
Yes. This is the transition time,
Right.
where all is still possible as a choice, but not for all.
Where all is still possible.
Yes. Within a short amount of time, depending upon how your vibration is aligned, only the things of the world your vibration is aligned to will be possible to do. The things that are no longer representative of the vibration of a world you no longer prefer in that sense to have around you. The things that are no longer representative of the world you prefer will no longer be possible.
The idea of time and our idea of space,
Yes.
and our idea of separation
Yes.
from other,
Yes.
all of that is dissolving,
Yes.
so that in a sense really there's no past.
Correct.
And you know, I guess I just would like you to talk more about the experience of living in the moment and being because basically it's the new world is really something that we are.
Yes.
And are in this moment, so we
Yes.
have to live it without being discouraged.
Yes.
Correct?
The idea, again, is that when you live your joy, you are then living in the moment, and you do not create as much passage or experience of time. And that's why. Not so much that you simply don't experience the passage of time, you actually don't create time. When you live in the moment and fulfill your joy, you do not experience nor create time, and so you do not age. That is living in the now. That is why in our society, at the rate at which we have created our accelerated energy, I would, in your terminologies, appear to you to be approximately somewhere around your 40th year of age, when in fact, from the time that I am speaking to you now, I exceed 152. The idea is that, again, there are an infinite number of possible Earths. Each has its own signature vibration. When you vibrate in accord to the one you prefer, that is the Earth you shall experience. And as this becomes more and more crystallized through your evolution over the next few decades, you will simply find that the individuals who vibrate in accord to Earths that have nothing to do with yours will simply begin to vanish from your reality. You will simply never encounter them. They will never encounter you. They will still experience what they think the Earth ought to be. You will experience what you think the Earth ought to be. And all the people with you will simply be of like vibration. You understand?
Yeah. And we can have anything that we possibly can imagine.
Anything that you can possibly imagine that is relevant to the dimension in which you have chosen to exist, that serves you. Anything is possible, but it is not always efficient.
But doesn't the idea of dimension really isn't dimension just another linear idea?
Yes, to some degree, but do not forget that some of the limitations actually do serve you.
Yes.
For without some of the limitations, you cannot focus on a particular experience. And if it is simply not something that is an efficient experience to have in your reality, to all of a sudden be 220 feet tall, then it is simply unlikely that you would want to choose that manifestation.
Right.
It is possible, but why would you want to do it?
Right.
You will not be able to, in that sense, quote unquote, fit in or get the job done.
Right. And isn't it true that all beings that are, you know, in other words, we're all in the universe. Every being in the universe is there is really no high or low. It's not like there's some dimension that is the 12th dimension, waiting for us to kind of catch up with them in a sense. In a sense, we're all in the same boat.
Well, in a sense, yes. However, look at it this way, too. Every reality is real. That is the paradox. Anything you can imagine is somewhere real. Even the concept of a 12th dimension waiting for you to catch up is one of the realities within the overall reality of all things that are possible. Right. And yet, because that is true, then in a sense, you're all in the same boat, along with us.
Right. Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi, Bashar.
And good day to you.
I just have something to talk to you about.
All right. Let's talk.
I came across some information the last few weeks that has caused me a lot of anxiety, and I just want to hear what you have to say about it.
Oh, all right.
Well, if I could Are you having a lot of anxiety too?
I am already shaking.
Okay. Well, perhaps this information is all wrong and crazy. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Well,
Don't keep us waiting.
no, I don't know how to say it.
Use your language.
Okay. I took a workshop a few weeks ago, and I read this person's book also that was talking about some forces in our some people in our world that are like trying to make a one world government and trying to get rid of the U.S. Constitution and all this stuff. And
Pretty depressing, isn't it?
what do you think about that?
What do I think about that? I think that there are individuals on your planet who like to think in those ways. I think that there are individuals on your planet who are so disconnected from the infinite that they do believe that those are real probabilities and real possibilities, and actually think that they will gain true power by playing those scenarios out. On the other hand, I also think that whatever vibration you are will allow you to move yourself into whatever reality will not be the reality they will create or experience. One thing they do not understand is that if they truly choose to create an experience of that nature, it is, by definition, a segregative experience and must, by definition, eventually collapse in upon itself. By creating an alternate system that allows each and every individual the ability to feel their own true self-empowerment, then in that sense you will create a vibration of an alternate system which individuals can shift over to, should they desire to. There may be individuals on your planet who think, in that sense, that they can create the kind of reality that you're being told about. It is true that some of them think along those lines, because you have created your governments to act in that way. You have created them to be compartmentalized and secretive, and in this sense, not very often hold you, the public, in high esteem. But you are the government. You are the government. And when you start acting like it, you will recognize that you have the ability to create alternate systems, parallel systems, that individuals can then compare the two in and shift over to the systems they find preferable. And whatever vibration you are will be the reality that you experience, no matter what anyone else's intention is for you. Just keep your eyes open, keep your feet on the ground, move in the direction of the reality you prefer, and remember, in that sense, you will become invisible to those who wish to play around in the shadows. You understand?
Okay, yeah.
Does that help you?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Does
yeah.
that allow you to turn on the light inside?
Well, I was thinking in those lines anyway, and so it's good affirmation and it helps.
We thank you and we remind you that you are your world. You are your world. And I also remind you that every single individual makes all the difference in your world. All right? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now then, allow us to extend once again to each and every one of you our deepest appreciation. Perhaps the next time we interact, we will make an attempt to be a little more serious. Oh, you don't prefer that? No. Well, that's all right, because we were lying. We thank you very much for allowing us into your hearts. We thank you very much for allowing yourselves to be open so that we may experience all that you really have to offer. You really are quite special.
So are you.
Thank you. Once again, the gift and the pleasure has been in our direction. A very loving and energetic and joyous and creative and exciting and above all passionate dream life to you all. Good day.